Hey, flunky, tell me you've actually got the presentation ready for today. You know about deadlines, don't ya? Didn't they teach you that in high school? Oh, wait, that's right. You dropped out of high school, you freaking reject.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's all set. I finished everything this morning. Also, didn't the president send out that memo the other day warning employees about workplace harassment? You saw that, right?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Yeah, I read that. I can read at a high school level, unlike some people around here. And I haven't been harassing the president, so I don't know what your point is here.
Well, I wasn't talking about harassing the president.
Then what was your point? Spit it out!
I was talking about, sometimes the way you speak to me can be, well, a little...
A little what? I don't even know what you're going on about. I'm just being honest here, saying things straight. If something I said offended you, that's your problem, not mine.
Well, like the way you called me flunky earlier and made fun of me for dropping out of high school. The president had an entire paragraph dedicated to not commenting on educational attainment.
What, are you embarrassed about your background now? Too bad for you! I can't comment on your educational attainment. You never attained any education! You're the one who didn't finish school, not me, so don't try to turn that into my fault!
I wasn't saying it was your fault. That's not what I meant.
Then what exactly are you trying to say here? You know what? Forget it. Enough whining. If you've got so much energy to complain, why don't you go clean the meeting room or something? I mean, seriously, real professionals keep their workspaces spotless. That's my golden rule. You do know that by now, right?
I already cleaned the meeting room earlier this morning, actually.
Oh, yeah? Well, do it again! There's no such thing as too clean. Besides, someone like you probably doesn't have much else going on. So hey, why not clean it twice or 3 times? Knock yourself out!
But I thought we were going to double-check the presentation materials next.
Double checking the materials, really? Why even bother? Everyone's responsible for reviewing their own stuff. You don't need to get involved, just stay in your lane.
But last time, when there was a mistake, you blamed me for it, even though...
Yeah, and that time it actually was your fault, wasn't it? Or at least I assume it was. I don't really remember. Either way, just do what you're told. Got it?
Yes, I understand.
God, you're useless. Did you forget who your superior is? My presentations are legendary in this company. If you don't know how to do a presentation, then just watch and learn. I don't need a flunky like you nitpicking my stuff. Do your own work.
Yes, of course. I plan to. But, Mr. Reinhardt, have you done any research into the production side of things?
The production floor? Are you kidding me right now? Why the hell would I waste my time going down there? We're corporate. The guys on the floor are there to do what I tell them to do, period.
I mean, sure, but isn't it still important to actually understand how the job works on their end, too?
And what would that even accomplish, huh? It'd just slow everything down. Those guys are already slow as it is, and I've got to micromanage every last thing. So I build them a schedule, a tight, efficient one. I'm doing them a favor.
Efficiency, sir?
Exactly. Efficiency is everything. You want to make it out here, then you'd better learn that fast. The people down there aren't thinkers. They need me to think for them. I plan, I optimize, I keep this place running. That's how a company works. Don't you get that?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't think your definition of efficiency is the only one that matters.
Wait just a damn second. Are you trying to tell me what efficiency is? You, someone too stupid to finish high school, are trying to tell me, who graduated from a top university, about efficiency?
No, I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
Nah, it's fine. I actually kinda respect that. Look at you, growing a spine. You got guts, I'll give you that. It's still hilarious, though. That's like a kid playing Little League Baseball critiquing a Major League player's swing. I'm literally laughing out loud right now. Can you hear me from my office? Now, while I'm still in a good mood, how about you go ahead and take that back? Apologize right now! You have until I stop laughing to apologize for being an obnoxious little punk before I get angry!
I'm sorry, sir.
You're sorry? For what? Be specific!
I'm sorry for being an obnoxious little punk.
There we go. Lucky for you, I'm a nice guy, but don't think I'll let you off so easy next time.
Stacy, thank you so much for giving me your report. Hearing what he said, and knowing you've been dealing with that kind of treatment for so long, I honestly can't imagine how hard that was. Oh, it's okay, really. I guess I've just gotten kind of used to it at this point. It's been like that pretty much ever since I joined the company, so... Still, why didn't you come to me sooner? You didn't have to go through that alone. I just figured, if I kept my head down and toughed it out, things would be fine. I didn't want to stir things up or make things worse, and honestly, I thought getting into any kind of conflict wouldn't help anyone. Well, that's on me, too. I should have noticed, but still, no company should ever run on people silently suffering just to keep the peace. So, from now on, if anything ever makes you uncomfortable, or even if something just feels off, come straight to me. I want to know. Things will go better for you and everyone else that way. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Thank you, and I'm sorry. No, don't apologize. You're not the one in the wrong here. You're the one who's been mistreated. I carry a great deal of responsibility here, too, for not being able to see that one of our treasured employees was in trouble. I think you do a fine job of looking out for everyone here. It's just, Reinhardt's a really good actor. He knows how to put on a nice face for people higher up. Yeah, he certainly had me fooled, that's for sure. But lately, I've been getting this weird feeling about the way he approaches his work. There's definitely something off. Yeah, I felt the same way. You can leave the matter of how we'll deal with him to me, and in the meantime, if he says anything to you, even something small, I want you to come tell me right away, okay? I hope you don't feel like I'm using you as bait or anything. No, I don't feel that way at all. After all, this whole thing was my idea in the first place, and I can take whatever sort of nastiness he dishes out at me. If anything, watching someone that unhinged up close is kind of fascinating. It's like, I don't know, it scratches some weird intellectual curiosity. It's like watching a thriller movie. I'm excited to see what comes next. You're good, Stacy. Very good. But you're a very unique kind of good. I know, but I mean it. Don't worry about me. But I do sincerely hope that you guys can find an appropriate way to deal with him. Oh, we will. Anyway, I'll see you at the presentation later. Good luck, okay? Thanks. I'll be there taking notes. Talk to you later. Mr. Reinhardt, where are you going? We're in the middle of the presentation meeting. You can't just get up and leave like that.
Quit nagging. My laptop started acting up, okay? I had no choice but to step out and deal with it.
If that's what happened, then maybe you should have at least said something to everyone before leaving. Otherwise, it just looks bad. People might assume you bailed on the meeting or something.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? You seriously think I bailed?
Well, I mean, your slides had a completely different company's logo on them. I'm pretty sure it was the logo from the company you worked at before you got hired here, isn't it? So I have to ask, are you reusing materials from your old company?
No, of course not. I already told you. It was a display glitch, all right? A glitch! This damn computer.
Okay, but I'm not aware how a glitch could randomly insert another company's logo into a presentation.
Yeah? And why the hell do you think I had to step out of the meeting? I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this freaking thing. God, do I have to explain everything to you? Just go tell everyone what I said. Tell the president, too.
Sure, I'll relay the message, but Mr. Reinhardt, I feel like I should inform you this could turn into a serious compliance issue. If you're really reusing confidential materials from a former employer, that's not something we can just ignore.
Would you listen to me for once, you goddamn flunky? How many freaking times do I have to say it? I didn't reuse anything. It was a glitch!
Well, leaving the issue of this supposed glitch aside, the numbers you showed were way off. I mean, they were completely unrealistic. There's no way our production floor could hit those targets. It really seemed like those figures were based on another company's equipment or scale.
What makes you think you're in any position to be saying that to me, huh? You think you can judge my work? I used all sorts of complex, highly accurate algorithms to calculate those numbers. This is science, flunky. The guys in the factory just need to shut up and follow the plan I give them.
Mr. Reinhardt, forcing impossible numbers onto the floor team just because you don't want to admit you made a mistake is, needless to say, not going to turn out well.
You keep running your mouth like that, and I swear to God, I'll make you regret it. Don't forget, I warned you about this attitude of yours the other day. I am not the kind of guy you want to underestimate.
I'm not taking an attitude with you, and I'm not underestimating you. All I'm doing is stating the obvious.
God damn it, flunky. You have no right to talk to me like this. In case you've forgotten, your role at today's meeting is to take notes. So shut your smart aleck mouth and get back to the note-taking. Well, I heard today's your big farewell party, huh?
Excuse me?
You don't even need to tell me. I know exactly what happened. You finally came to your senses and realized going up against me was a losing game. So you decided to throw in the towel and resign. What a loser! The president sent a memo to all the higher-ups saying the company booked a restaurant downtown and everything. Oh, and you can count on me being in attendance. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Yeah, me too, actually. I'm really looking forward to the party.
God, this is the best day ever! We're finally gonna be rid of the freaking flunky! Now we won't have to dumb down our internal chat messages anymore! Seriously though, it took them way too long to finally take out the trash! They should have gotten rid of you way sooner! Well, we'll give you one hell of a send-off, and once you're gone, the real party can begin!
Wow, did you really just call me trash? I mean, that's basically textbook harassment.
Who cares? You're quitting anyway, so I can say whatever I damn well please to you. Oh, I guess you're still technically employed until end of business today, so I'll save all the really juicy stuff for the party. Hey, what the hell is this? Why is my name on the banner? This was supposed to be your farewell party. I want an explanation for this right now, and it had better be a good one.
Is something wrong, Mr. Reinhardt?
Hell yeah, something is wrong. It says Goodbye Shane Reinhardt right there in big letters. What is this, some kind of joke? You trying to get back at me for telling you off or something?
What? No, that's not the case at all. I mean, it's all very simple. This is your farewell party, so your name being on the sign makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Everyone else here is aware of your departure. You're the only one acting surprised.
My farewell party? My departure? What the hell are you even talking about? None of this makes any damn sense. I think your inferior high school dropout brain has finally been fried for good, flunky.
If I'm the one with a fried brain, then how come everyone here but you is on the same page?
Oh, I get it. This is some kind of prank, right? All the guys from the office got together and planned this whole thing out just to see how I'd react. Then they bring out the real banner for you later. That's actually pretty funny. I'll have to get them to show me the video later. I bet I looked hilarious.
Mr. Reinhardt, you don't seem to understand. I'm not going anywhere. You're the one who's leaving today.
God damn it, flunky, would you stop messing with me? Why the hell would I be the one quitting and not you? Give me one good reason.
Well, because that's what upper management decided. And as you're always saying, following orders from above is how the company works, right?
What the hell did you just say to me? Okay, you're taking this prank thing to a whole new level. You're starting to piss me off. You say this was all decided by upper management, right? Well, it doesn't get any higher than the president. How about I go ahead and ask the president myself what's really going on? You cool with that?
Oh, that's actually a fantastic idea. Yes, you should definitely do that right away. Honestly, I don't expect you to believe me anyway.
Yeah, you got that right. Why should I believe a word you say? You damn flunkies are all a bunch of lowlives. Lying is your native tongue. President Masterson, I'm really sorry to bother you on your personal phone, but I had something urgent I needed to ask. It's about tonight's farewell party. I'm a little confused about what's actually going on.
Well, would you look at that? There he is, the man of the hour. Tell me, why is the guest of honor glued to his phone instead of enjoying the party? You're supposed to be socializing with your soon-to-be former colleagues, not sitting in a corner tapping away at your phone.
Wait, hold on. So this really is my farewell party? You're serious?
Why, yes, of course it is. Did you honestly not realize that? I was under the impression I made that very clear.
No! I had no idea! I've spent the entire day thinking it was gonna be Stacy's farewell party until I got here!
What in the world made you think that? Why on earth would we throw a farewell party for Stacy? There's no way we'd let her go. She's far too valuable an asset to this company.
What the? valuable? President Masterson, are we talking about the same Stacy here? The Stacy I'm talking about is my subordinate. You know, the high school dropout? She's quiet, she lacks assertiveness, and she's not exactly leadership material. She's barely even capable of handling support duties.
That right there is why you're completely unfit to manage people. You don't even understand what your own team members do you?
I don't?
Stacy's not some basic assistant. She's our lead systems engineer. She maintains our internal infrastructure and handles communications with both other departments and external clients. She's efficient, adaptable, and trusted by everyone she works with. She's been contributing meaningfully since a ripe young age and has more practical experience than most of our mid-level managers. Honestly, she's like duct tape for computers. There's absolutely nothing that girl can't fix.
Okay, sure, but still, she's not exactly an ideal subordinate. I've put so much effort into training her, molding her into a good employee for this company, but nothing works.
You trained her. Be more specific, if you don't mind.
Of course, I've been giving her consistent advice and feedback based on her performance every day. Training up new team members is one of my most important duties, and I take it very seriously.
That wasn't feedback. What you've been doing is harassment.
What? I'm sorry, ma'am, but that is patently ridiculous. I've never harassed anyone. Where in the world did you hear that?
Hey, flunky, tell me you've actually got the presentation ready for today. Oh, wait, that's right. You dropped out of high school, you freaking reject.
Wait a second.
Too bad for you. I can't comment on your educational attainment. You never attained any education.
President Masterson,
Would you listen to me for once, you goddamn flunky? How many freaking times do I have to say it?
What? What even is this? Where did you get all those messages?
You know exactly where I got them. I got them straight from you. Or rather, straight from Stacy's phone. You sent them to her, didn't you?
Well, I don't know. My memory's a bit fuzzy.
Don't bother. We reviewed them at the executive level. Every single person who saw them agreed it was harassment, as do I. Your conduct was so over the line you'd need a telescope to even see the line from where you're standing.
No, hold on. This has to be fake.
Is that really the defense you're going with, Reinhardt?
I'm serious! You got these from Stacy, didn't you? She must have doctored these! She edited the screenshots to make me look bad!
Edited? Really? Because nothing about them looks manipulated to me. But if you're so confident they're fake, then why don't you show us the originals? You still have your chat logs, don't you?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'll have to check.
If this is all some elaborate forgery, then just show us the unedited chat history. It should be easy to prove your innocence, right?
I mean, that's kind of...
Kind of what? Are you saying you can't show me your chat logs? Why not?
I'm not saying I can't. It's just not that simple.
Then I have no choice but to believe Stacy.
President Masterson, wait! You have to listen to me!
Have some dignity, would you? Right now, it looks like you're telling obvious lies to try and worm your way out of something you absolutely did. You'd be better off owning up to it and offering a real apology than doing whatever this is.
Okay, maybe some of what I said was a little harsh. Maybe I pushed things too far. But still firing me over this, isn't that a bit extreme?
If you honestly believe that was coaching, then consider this my form of leadership training. You're being fired for cause.
That's not fair! That's twisting it around!
If you think this is unfair, then prove your innocence. Show us the truth. If you can't do that, then as far as we're concerned, this matter is settled. We don't keep employees who repeatedly harass their subordinates. End of story.
Come on! Wait! What about my presentation? Everyone was smiling ear to ear the whole time! They obviously loved it! Considering my talents, I'd say I deserve a second chance!
I suppose you could say everyone was smiling, but it would be more accurate to say they were holding back laughter. You had another company's logo on just about every slide in your presentation, and those numbers you presented, they were a joke, completely unachievable. Everyone could tell you pulled them from another company's metrics.
No, that's not true! I swear I didn't recycle anything! That logo, honestly, it must have just gotten pulled from some old file! I didn't mean to use it!
So you really thought those projections were realistic? You actually believed our factory could hit those numbers?
I know they can! I'm telling you, if you just let me take charge of the schedule, I can make it work! I'll push them if I have to! We'll hit those numbers, I swear!
Have you ever been to the factory floor?
I mean, yeah, I went on a brief tour when I first joined the company.
Is that all? You haven't been down there a single time since then, have you?
I mean, no, not recently, but come on. I work in corporate. I don't need to go down there all the time.
Maybe not you, but there are others who do. There are employees who actually take the time to walk the floor, talk to the staff, check the machines, observe the flow. Stacy, for example, she's built relationships down there. She doesn't just throw numbers around, she bases her proposals on actual working conditions. And people trust her because of that. But I guess you're just too good for that, aren't you?
But that's not how it's supposed to work! The factory guys have their job and we have ours! We give the orders, they follow the orders! That's how a company functions!
So your view is that people lower on the ladder should just obey whatever you throw at them? Even if you made up the worst, most nonsensical orders you could come up with, they're supposed to just shut up and do it?
Well, yeah! This isn't just about corporate governance, this is societal order! There's a hierarchy in everything! Schools, governments, organizations. If the people at the bottom start acting up, then all society falls apart!
You know what, Reinhardt? I'm actually in full agreement with you. And as the very top person in this company, I'm giving you an order right now. You're fired. Don't bother coming back to collect your things. We'll send them to you. Now then, I trust you'll shut up and follow my orders, correct?
What? No! You can't do that to me!
Tisk tisk, Reinhardt. Bottom dwellers like you can't disobey my orders, or else society will collapse, right? Goodbye, Reinhardt. Enjoy your farewell party. Be sure to say your goodbyes. I trust you won't meet most of the people here again.
No! This can't be happening! You set me up, Stacy!
Set you up? What are you even talking about? I haven't done anything.
Oh, cut the act! You teamed up with the president to take me down! I mean, you actually gave her our text messages? That's a total breach of my privacy!
They were evidence of harassment and sent to a company-issued device. I had no choice but to provide it to the investigators on request.
Harassment? Give me a break! Thanks to you, I got fired! What do you expect me to do now?
I don't expect it, but I'd like you to do a bit of reflection on your behavior. Harassing coworkers and plagiarizing someone else's work? Of course they let you go. You were a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Wait! Hold on, what do you mean, plagiarizing? And what's this about a lawsuit?
I figured the president would have told you already. Maybe she was waiting for it to be finalized.
Stop stalling! What the hell is this lawsuit about?
Back when you left your old company, you took a few proposal drafts, right? Ones your subordinates made? Then you came here and pitched them like they were your own.
That's ridiculous! You've got no proof of any of that!
Actually, I do. The slides from your last presentation still had your old company's logo. You didn't even change the numbers before putting them up in front of everyone. I backed up the entire presentation as part of my note-taking, just like always. Then afterward, I looked up the name of the company in the logo and contacted them.
You what?
They confirmed the materials were missing and matched a confidential proposal. Only one person had access to that file when it disappeared. You. They're furious, by the way. They said they're ready to take legal action if necessary.
Unbelievable! You just couldn't leave it alone, could you? You're trying to destroy me!
That was never my goal. I was only doing my job. Reporting misconduct is part of being a responsible employee.
You seriously think you're some kind of hero now? You're a damn high school dropout with a superiority complex!
Maybe, but I still take my job very seriously. I work with what I've got, and I try to do it right. That's all.
You low IQ subhumans are all alike! You're all useless!
Yeah, I may not be the brightest bulb in the box. That's why I so carefully check and double-check my work, and make sure to collect as much information as possible before making a decision. Sure, it takes time, but that's how I work.
All you're doing is adding steps and wasting time! That workflow is appallingly inefficient!
I'm very much aware of that, but I've earned people's trust that way, both on the floor and in other departments.
Trust? Why do you need those brainless oafs to trust you?
Your method involves just throwing out numbers without knowing what really goes on at the production site. You have your ideal outcome in mind, and you won't let anything, not even reality or the voices of the people on the front lines, dissuade you from it. You keep going on about efficiency, but if no one trusts you, how efficient is that really?
Oh, here we go. So now you're lecturing me just because the president's on your side? You really think that makes you right?
Say whatever you want. This is the final time we'll be speaking.
You better remember this. You're just a dropout. Always will be. I'm 10 times more of a professional than you could ever dream of being. So enjoy your little win. But don't forget, one day you're gonna fall, and it's gonna hurt.
If you say so. Anyway, since you're such a model professional, how about you help clean up the venue before you go?
What the hell are you talking about?
You said it yourself, right? There's no such thing as too clean. In the end, Reinhardt had nothing left to say. He left the farewell party without another word. He practically ran right out of the restaurant. A few days later, several employees came forward saying they'd also been harassed by him. Formal complaints were filed, and he was ordered to pay compensation. Not only had he lost his job, but he now found himself buried in debt. On top of that, his former company filed a lawsuit against him for stealing internal documents and proposal materials. With both the harassment case and the corporate theft, the financial pressure kept piling up. His reputation was ruined, and he became essentially unemployable. No one really knows where he went after that, or what he's doing now. As for me, I kept doing my job like always. The president recognized my efforts and eventually gave me a more senior role within the department. But even with the new title and added responsibility, the work itself hasn't changed. There's no shortcut when it comes to doing things right. So I'll keep showing up, step by step, doing what needs to be done, just like I always have.